In my Spiderman No Way Home review, I said that I didn't mind that Marvel was shamelessly tugging on our nostalgia heartstrings.
I honestly didn't care that Marvel is shamelessly tugging on our nostalgia heartstrings.
See? I did say that, but I don't think I truly understood why I didn't mind until a week later when The Matrix Resurrections stumbled into theatres. While both these films draw heavily on the ever-popular nostalgia trend, No Way Home seems to have nailed it. But why does Spider-Man get a free pass when it comes to nostalgia bait, and yet The Matrix just felt like it fell flat on its arse? The answer to these and more questions lie intricately woven within the remaining minutes of this video, so stick around to understand how and why Spider-Man No Way Home beats The Matrix Resurrections in the fight for our fondest memories. Spoilers for both movies throughout, you have been warned. So, I'm going to start off by saying I did not like The Matrix Resurrections. I've not yet done a full review, so consider this a teaser. It's a bad movie. It should never have been made. I was never expecting it to surpass the original Matrix, which many consider to be a masterpiece, but Resurrections doesn't even come close. Even the controversial sequels were far better constructed than this.
Choice. The problem is choice.
No, it isn't, Neo. The problem is everything I just said. One of my biggest gripes was just how on the nose all the callbacks and the references are. The characters just blurt out their most famous lines, as if to say, "Hey man, yeah, remember when I said that thing like 25 years ago? Yeah. Well, I just said it again, dude. Nice." The callbacks are so blunt in this movie, it actually goes as far as to just play undoctored clips from the original trilogy as they're being referenced. I didn't need to see a clip of Hugo Weaving saying Mr. Anderson layered over the top of Jonathan Groff saying it. I know Jonathan Groff is Agent Smith. The audience knows he's Agent Smith because he's walking around like Agent Smith, saying things like, "I'm Agent Smith." While we're talking about Agent Smith, sorry, that's the last time I'll say his name, I don't think he needed to be in this movie. He was the main antagonist in the last 3 entries and was very decidedly defeated at the end of Revolutions. Now he's back, and other than his appearance, he's exactly the same character. He's not changed in any way, and there's no reason for him to be there, other than that he was a popular element in the original films. Now let's compare this to the return of Willem Dafoe's Green Goblin in No Way Home. Similarly, we have a popular antagonist returning from a previous entry, but this antagonist has only really appeared in one half of one film. We still had a lot more to see of the Green Goblin, and this was delivered in No Way Home through an excellent performance and plenty of screen time. We had already seen everything that the previous version of Agent Smith had to offer, so bringing him back without any changes to motivation or a new character arc just felt like a cheap play on nostalgia rather than a meaningful exploration of it. While The Matrix tries to offer little self-references to how it is itself a reboot, this does little to detract from the fact that we are once again watching Neo be awoken from the Matrix. This needed to be done and dusted within the first 45 minutes of the movie, but it goes on way too long. Even after he's out, we're treated to him slowly regaining his powers, and he never truly reaches the same level he was by the end of the first 3. So what, you might ask? The so what is that while this might be dressed up a little differently, it's the same character arc we've already seen. I've already watched the character go from Thomas Anderson to Neo to Superman, and I got pretty bored watching it slowly unravel a second time. Now, No Way Home brings back some beloved main characters too, but wisely keeps them in supporting roles and places them in a completely unique and brand new situation. While they are fighting the same villains they fought in previous movies, our characters haven't been reset. They retain the experience and the growth they gained from the character arcs in their previous movies, and they're even able to expand upon these in a new situation. Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man is older and wiser than the other two, and is able to prevent Tom Holland's Spider-Man from going down a dark path. And Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man is able to find some redemption by saving MJ where he had previously failed to save Gwen Stacy. Neo and Trinity do not grow in any meaningful way. By the end of Resurrections, they are the same unexpanded characters they were at the end of the original trilogy. Nothing has been gained. Trinity does get Neo's superpowers by the end for some reason, but this is neither explained, nor has any real impact on the plot. It just kind of feels like they tagged it on at the end. So, we have 2 examples of major film releases heavily relying on nostalgia, both coming out in practically the same week. One I genuinely enjoyed, and the other kind of made me want my time and money reimbursed. So I find myself asking, is this nostalgia trope that's become such a crutch for the modern movie industry something I'd like to see continue? The answer to that question is a firm, unrelenting, it doesn't matter.
Well, I would think that...
It doesn't matter!
It doesn't matter that nostalgia has become the latest trend in movies to be jumped on and butchered. No Way Home has proved that if it's handled correctly, it can result in a thoroughly entertaining and well worthwhile movie experience. Conversely, The Matrix is a prime example of a talentless producer resurrecting a previously popular IP with no meaningful thought just to make a quick and easy buck. If it wasn't nostalgia, it would be something else. The fact of the matter is that any approach to storytelling, if mishandled, can go horribly, horribly wrong. It's only a small percentage of high quality media that makes it through the vast landscape of bullshit that surrounds it, and that's what makes it all the more special when something that truly touches you does make it through. So next time you visit your local movie building, forget labels like nostalgia bait and just ask yourself, am I enjoying what I'm watching? Speaking of enjoying what you're watching, I'd just like to take a moment to thank everyone who's been liking my videos and subscribing to my channel. Your steady, unwavering loyalty means more to me than I can put into words. And to the rest of you non-subscribers, why don't you take a good long look in the mirror?